Jupiter and Mars. Let rain fall, let rain
California Chrome has taken the lead. A burst of acceleration opens up 3 lengths. Ride on Curlin is coming after California Chrome, who's got a furlong to go to win the Preakness. Ride on Curlin, desperate to catch on the outside. California Chrome digging down for the final 16th under Victor Espinoza. California Chrome has won the Preakness by 2.
And good morning. Welcome to the program. Today at the races here, presented by Fidelity First, alongside our odds maker, Keith Fustel. I'm Stanton Salter, and there was your 2014 Preakness winner. Seems like yesterday, California Chrome, because he keeps running. He keeps winning races all over the world. And the big feature today in the whole world, the world's new richest horse race at our sister track. We couldn't be more proud. We've been excited about this up here in Maryland, as every race fan should be excited about the inaugural running of the $12 million Pegasus World Cup down there at Gulfstream Park. You'll see the Preakness winner, California Chrome, squaring off against Arrogate. You saw them both in the Breeders' Cup Classic last fall.
Yeah, we get the rematch, which is great, and we don't get that too often anymore. Because to see these horses, California Chrome, the way he's just been able to kind of stay sound through all of this for the most part. Had a little bumps along the way, but man, the way he's kind of continued and held form. I think he hits a good distance today. Yeah, he's got a tough outside post. But he's danced pretty much every dance. But he's got a real talented horse and got the best of him at Santa Anita a few months back. And he's not going to, he's a little better than Ride on Curlin that was chasing him there in that Wayback Machine in the Preakness. So we should be set for a really, really good horse race.
And Victor Espinoza, the regular jockey, he'll be aboard. And Art Sherman's still the trainer. His son, Alan Sherman, the assistant, always right there. And Bob Baffert, of course, with Arrogate. There's 10 other horses in the race. How about that horse, Keen Ice? He beat a horse by the name of, what was that horse he beat at Saratoga? Oh yeah, the Triple Crown winner, American Pharaoh. So
Keen Ice at 1 1/8. That's my toughest thing. Is he going to be able to kind of close on that racetrack? He does not have much natural speed. He doesn't have that real sharp move. He's kind of a steady along kind of a runner from the back of the pack. He's going to need help up front, but things could get hell bent up there. You've got a horse like Noble Bird. Sometimes your little rank is a runoff a bit, and will that kind of force the hand of California Chrome to maybe move a little bit too soon? It's going to be a good race. From a betting perspective, like I said, I think you want to look for a couple value shots, maybe a Neolithic, who's an up-and-comer, improving with the blinkers. Shaman Ghost is a horse I'm going to key in that second and third position. I look at this race, Stan, the way I approach the Breeders' Cup Classic. I think Arrogate is the most talented. I think he either wins or runs kind of out. California Chrome is a horse I think can run first. It's like a weird way of thinking, just the way things are going to develop. And that's how I'm going to play it again. Maybe use those two on top. Toss California Chrome on a couple tickets, use Shaman Ghost, Neolithic underneath, and hopefully get some prices.
Well, it's going to be a race that's likely going to change the whole complexion of horse racing, the world's new richest horse race at Gulfstream. So, of course, you can watch all the action. They're going to start at 11:30. Their first race post time at Gulfstream is 11:30. They have a bunch of other great stake races down there, a bunch of other graded stake races down there as well. The NBC broadcast for the Pegasus World Cup will start around 4:30. You can stick around here after our live race. We have 10 live races here with some nice carryovers right here at Laurel Park. And then stick around. We'll have everything open so you can watch the Pegasus World Cup from Gulfstream. And oh, by the way, heck of a promotion. Hats off to the marketing department. Everybody coming out here today, you can enter to win a trip for 2. This is a VIP trip for 2 to next year's Pegasus World Cup. That's a heck of a giveaway Saturday here today at Laurel Park.
Can we go along for the ride, maybe?
Yeah, let's
Let's
give
do
it
it.
the old college try and enter. You have to be in it to win it. So
Yeah.
that's there's some other prize packs you can win as well, including a $100 wager. So come on out here to Laurel Park today, and if you're out here, make sure you enter in this contest here. You can win a trip for two to next year's Pegasus World Cup. So it's going to be a great day of action out here at Laurel Park with one nice giveaway, the Pegasus World Cup. So a week from this Sunday, the big party out here. Of course, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I know those not for long people, like, they get a little weird about saying the name, but it's people like us that promote that sport and make, and that's why the ratings are so big. But you can come out here and score a touchdown and watch that big game down there in Texas between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. Jailbreak's going to be here with their beers, a game day buffet, the big party here for Super Bowl Sunday.
Absolutely. Sample a couple of the brews that they come up with. I heard they're very good. And like I say, beer special raffles, some giveaways, and a great value. $15 for a game day buffet. You're not going to find that anywhere else. So, you know, $15 we can afford that.
And of course, speaking of our Preakness winner, California Chrome tickets now on sale for the 142nd Preakness Stakes, always the third Saturday in May at Pimlico. It's going to be May 20th this year for the second jewel of the Triple Crown. You can call you can call that number for the Preakness tickets, or go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information for the Preakness. Okay, let's show the carryover board. We have lots of action here at Laurel Park today. 3 carryovers for you, starting in the opener with that rolling super high five, a little over 1,300 for the super high five. The pick 6 carryover continues to grow, a little shy of 7,800. See, $7,766 for the pick 6. Big carry. The pick 6 will start race 5 today on our 10 race program. The late pick 5 with that low 12% takeout. Late pick 5 is going to start race 6 today. 12,659. Talking to President General Manager Sal Sinatra earlier, this is going to get played large. I said it'll be at least 30,000 new money. He thinks bigger. Wow. And yeah, on a day like today, you're going to have all the high rollers down there at Gulfstream betting. They'll be betting this pick 5 right here at Laurel Park.
And it's not an easy one. I can tell you that right off the bat. So I've got a ticket. I think Kimber's got a ticket for that late pick 5, and we'll get to that a little bit later in the race card. But yeah, looking at track today, cloudy skies, a little chill in air, no doubt about it. Track is fast, though.
Wind not quite as bad as it was yesterday. A little breezy, though. Hopefully not as bad yesterday. It was howling around here yesterday. So we have nice carryovers here. How about the guarantees at Gulfstream real quick? Their pick 6, which starts race 7 at Gulfstream today, their pick 6 guaranteed pool of $300,000. Their late pick 5 at Gulfstream today, starting race 8, that's a $500,000 guarantee. And their late pick 4 starts race 9 at Gulfstream. That's $1 million guarantee down there at Gulfstream Park today.
I put the onus on Action Andy. I know he couldn't make it in today, a little bit under the weather. Hope he's feeling better. But I said, come up with a ticket for us for that late pick 4, that $1 million pick 4 at Gulfstream Park.
You can buy your own ticket to Pegasus next year, right?
Right.
All right, let's get right to it. We have a great show for you. Lots of videos here. Race 1 is going to kick off all the action. There's the carryover for the rolling super high 5 with that low 15% takeout. $1,358 for the super high 5. Also, race 1 kicks off the early pick 5s, and the pick 5's always your best bet here at Laurel Park. Both of them have an industry low 12% takeout. The early pick 5 is a mandatory payout. Kimber Goodwin, she'll be on with me this afternoon. She'll have a ticket for you for that early pick 5. Mandatory payout in the early pick 5. The late pick 5, of course, with the carryover, a little over $12,000 today. Let's get right to the action. Race 1 going a flat mile, 4-year-olds and upward, claiming 7,500 is a beaten 7,500 condition. Let's go the video spotlight here on the 5. Magic Harbor is going to be my top pick from the Kieran McGee barn. Jevion Toledo aboard, and this was Magic Harbor coming off about a 2-month layoff here at Laurel Park, January 7th. He comes a little wide, gets up with a game win as your heavy 6-5 favorite. Trevor McCarthy was aboard that day. Magic Harbor, an 11-time winner, 2 of those wins right here at Laurel Park in the snow that day.
In the snow, laying in a little bit, and lucky not to clip heels there. Trevor did a great job and just really was all over this horse late to get up. Tough beat for Turbin. And young Jordan Irwin just zapped right at the wire. From one Irishman to another, right? Cal Lynch and Kieran McGee. Here we go. A little step up in price to $6,500. The number is good. Kieran certainly can revive these type of horses and get them back to form. You see some middle 70s, low 80s in the fix. But is there enough speed in this race to kind of get it set up for Magic Harbor. He ran really, really hard that day. We'll see if he can run that race back. I'm going to definitely use him in the mix. I like Franz Buckaroo. He kind of bottomed out last time. Reclaim a few races back for Donovan Houghton. Ran a couple good races, couple good figs, and steadily declined. I think either bounces back up today or it could be it for Franz Buckaroo. Made a decent inside move against the bias last time out. There's not a lot of speed in this race. It's going to be a grind to the wire. I think he gets to the front, maybe gets the jump on this field, maybe an aggressive ride, turning for home for Garcia. Put this horse in front and see if they can catch me if you can. There's not much pace at all in race 1.
I've always liked this Maryland bred, and he's back in the barn where he'd made all his money with Donovan Houghton. Could be Jamaican jerk chicken time for everybody.
There you go.
If Franz Buckaroo gets up. He's made almost $250,000, 11 for 24 in the money here at Laurel Park. That's pretty nice with 4 wins, so I respect him. I use him third. I throw the one in there, Celtic Moon, Alex Centron aboard for trainer Andy Simoff, and 21% barn last year. This horse holding good form, a good second and third last out, a good second against Open Nickel Company, 2 back, and a good third at this condition last out here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, it's a tough opener, Stan. I mean, I can't get over control there, the 3 or the 4. Any of the other ones have a legitimate shot in this race. Hard Thunder looks like he's kind of hinting he's coming back to better form. Celtic Moon, I agree. He's 0 for 5 at distance, has hit the board a few times. Down inside, he's going to have to navigate a little bit of trip. Rumlin Kyle, I think, comes out of maybe a little bit better race. Hooked Danny, my boy, last time. Mongolian King came back to win yesterday. I would use him in the mix, but it's 4 or 5 of them could definitely win this opener.
Some hard knockers in the opener to kick off the early pick 5 with that mandatory payout. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. 3 pick 4s for you this afternoon at Laurel Park. Starting races 2, 4, and the late pick 4 for all you premier players out there that want to earn an extra 2,000 points in your account. Late pick 4 starts race 7 today. Race 2, nice maiden special weight for 4-year-olds and upward, going 3/4. Let's take a look here. A video of the 4. Sound the Horn is going to be my top pick. 6-5 morning line favorite from the Grand Motion Barn. Very, very good, impressive debut. Talk about this horse, Keith.
Pounded down in debut to $150 to 1. Broke a step slow with Trevor. Just a little inexperienced, but makes a nice little run up to the inside of horses. A little bit keen to go on, leaving the 3.5 pole to the 3/8 there. Has to check right now. You see the gold colors and the black. Really kind of when his momentum was starting, a duel was up front. This horse stays on, though. Stays down inside. Wasn't really the best part of the racetrack that day. You see JR's Rhythm, the firster, came back and didn't run great, but still ran an okay number up at Parks with an excuse next time out. But you see Sound the Horns really kind of churning on along the inside to keep on well. He's going to get bet in here, but you know what? I'll take a shot. Maybe a little sneaky stuff going on here in the Grand Motion Barn. Let's go higher price Motion with the 2. Hard Catch, the late breaking first time gelding for Hard Catch. Showed a lot of promise, was bet down back in the way back 2015 at Woodbine. He took some really, really good horses up at Woodbine in both of those races. Regroup, ready, a long freshening. I like that 3/4 work and 115, 3 works back. I say company lines are good. Some of those horses come back and run in graded races and perform quite well. This horse is going to transition okay to the dirt. Grand Motion, 26% lifetime synthetic to dirt.
And you have to take note of the strong breeding here. By Hard spun out of an unbridled song mare, and now he's a first-time gelding coming off the long layoff. Some nice works, including a bullet most recently up there at Fair Hill. You get Stevie Hamilton, had a nice winner here yesterday. So I kind of overlooked that horse, but Motion with 2 tough horses in here. I'll use the favorite on top. I have the 6 in the exact, the first-time starter from the Dove Houghton barn, and I like I like how they've managed this horse. It's a homebred, a Maryland homebred for Eric Worth, the owner and trainer by Jumpstart. He's your leading sire in the area, in the Mid-Atlantic area, out of an Awesome Again mare. Some nice works, including a bullet most recently. Dove Houghton with a nice win in the finale yesterday with Jose Montano aboard that winner yesterday. He's aboard this first-timer today. A 4-year-old should be ready to go, and we're getting a nice price on him.
Yeah, you're going to get a square price with all the money's going to kind of come in on Sound the Horn. Spites Hill, he tries and tries and tries.
Be there somewhere.
He just doesn't kind of quite end up getting there, a little bit flat late. He's a little bit better at 6 furlongs, I believe. 7 for 9 in the money. So yeah, 2, 4, 1, and 7.
All right, nice maiden special weight to kick off the early pick 4 there in race 2. Race 3 is a claiming 5,000 wide open nickel. One of my favorite races going a flat mile. Let's take a look here at a video on my top pick. This is going to be my price play today. We're getting a nice 9-2 here on Colony Strike in very good form for the Phil Schoenthal barn. Victor Carrasco aboard today, and here's Colony Strike's effort from Christmas Eve here on a sloppy track at Laurel Park. This was a open nickel company. He's going to be on the inside here with a game effort. Carrasco was aboard that day. He was 8-1 that day. He gets beat by Senor Quickie, who's a hard knocker on the outside. Senor Quickie probably in the better part of the racetrack, and Colony Strike has to kind of slop up there second. Carrasco back aboard today. This is an 8-time winner. He's been in very, very good form for everybody.
Yeah.
And now with the Phil Schoenthal barn. So I like Colony Strike at 9-2 on top today.
I left them out, but I'm going to use them underneath in exactas with my top 2 selections. Colony Strike, yeah, a good run up the inside. Senior Quickie came back and jumped up, I think, to open 10 and ran a real good race, if I'm not mistaken. We see that on the page. That was right behind Pleiadian on January the 15th. So good key horse there. San Cristo is going to be my top selection. This horse is 0 for 6 at the distance. I know that. Once again, looking at the flow of this race, I think it's going to be to his advantage and Greek God's advantage. I think Greek God goes. If he slows it down enough, I think these two can maybe run as a team around the racetrack. A good effort, 4 races back at 7 furlongs for Open Nickel. Beat Turbin, just a steady advance. I think he'll be a little bit closer, coming out some quicker races, some quicker sprints. Greek God, same thing. He was down along the inside against the grain on January the 13th. I think he'll bounce back with a better effort. Will be forwardly placed throughout. And
I respect the Mike Gorham barn, so I'll have the 4 San Cristo in my top 4. Throwing the 5 Turbin from the Lacey Gaudette barn, a 10-pound apprentice, Jordan Irwin, looking to break her maiden, and she's been on this horse the past 2 times. A good third and a good second. This horse has a lot of talent. He's made over $250,000. He can be a bit quirky and tough to ride sometimes, so a good horse for an apprentice to kind of cut her teeth on. Let's see if Turbin can get a good trip today from the Gaudette barn.
Gut-wrenching defeat last time out. Looked home in bed at the 8th hole, even to the left past the 16th. And their Magic Carver, we saw that video get up to beat him. Scratch the 7, though. Morning line favorite, scratch the 7. Street Bullet in race number 3.
All right, race 4 is going to kick off your second pick 4 action of the day. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000. This is a beaten nickel, a new condition around here. 4 and up, haven't won 2 races in 6 months or never won 5. Nice condition, good field of runners here to kick off this second pick 4. And Jerry Brooks with a nice winner yesterday, hunting the holidays with Steve Cowboy Hamilton aboard, and same connections here on this big-time class dropper. The 3 cooking up a storm, been running against nothing but heavyweights, starter allowance races, upper level allowance races. He's a 4-time winner here at Laurel Park, 9 for 12 in the money. He's made a bunch of money, 14 wins lifetime, and this is a big drop from those starters to this beaten nickel today.
He'd be a slam dunk, going back a few months, but I don't know what to think. I think he was a recent scratch, if I'm not mistaken. Is he going to have enough speed to set it up? The 68 last time puts him right into the mix no matter what. With the scratch of the 7 and we also scratches the 5 Bronx City Boy, I think Church Monkey has got a chance to maybe wire this field. I thought he held on quite well behind Hurler on January the 1st. Hugh McMahon doing pretty well right now. I think this horse kind of leaves. Maybe Parsegian presses him. Seve could have him in his sights. But I think Church Monkey might be able to go ahead and dictate this race.
I respect the connections. I used them in my top 4. Speed was holding pretty well yesterday, and this horse could be on the engine here from the inside. The 2, Church Monkey, and we both like the 4 a little bit. Bully Song from the Kieran McGee barn. Nice win, 2 back, and then they stepped up a level, and 4th that day, and then now dropping back down to the next level after that win. This is a 2 in 6 months. That was the non-winners of a year that he won December 30th, so he's well spotted today for strong connections.
Yeah, Bully Song last time might have been a little bit too close to it, and they didn't go extremely fast, but it just kind of hampered that late run. I think he'll be able to take a little bit further back. I know he was probably hoping the speed of Anda stayed in here. And Seve, I like the turn back. Seve was a little keen to go on last time in a mile. I like the turn back in distance for him. That's a good move for Scott Lake.
All right, let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, 2 more carryovers, a little over almost 7,800 in that Rainbow Pick 6 starts race 5 today, over 12,000 in our late Pick 5 carryover. That starts in race 6. We'll start with those when we come back.
January 28th at Gulfstream Park, an icon takes flight. the world's richest thoroughbred horse race. 12 of the sport's finest horses. One race. $12 million on the line. Watch, wager, witness. Go to PegasusWorldCup.com for more.
And there you see the commercial for the Pegasus World Cup, the world's new richest horse race, $12 million Pegasus World Cup. That's going to be down at Gulfstream later today. You can watch it here, and if you're coming to Laurel Park today, you can win a trip for two to next year's Pegasus World Cup. So make sure you check that out. We have some great carryovers for you as well. Let's start with the Rainbow Pick 6 here in Race 5. $7,767 in the Pick 6, so grab some friends, throw a ticket together. Starts in Race 5 today on our 10-race program. This is a nice maiden 25 for 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. I have a ticket, an affordable $48 play. I'm going to use my key horse best bet of the day in Race 9. I'm Mr. Blue from the Dale Capuano barn. A good second against Allowance Company. Last out to a sharp winner, Ghost Bay, who's in an upper-level allowance race tomorrow here at Laurel. So I'm going to key both my Pick 6 and late Pick 5 on the one, I'm Mr. Blue, in today's featured race, Race 9, nice allowance race. I'll go 5 deep here in the opener. It's a maiden 25 for 3-year-old fillies using the 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. Going 2 deep there in Race 6, 3 deep in the 7th, 4 deep there in Race 8, and then just using the two likely favorites there in the finale. Let's take a look here at Race 5. My top pick here is a first-time starter from the Lacey Gaudette barn, who's won with 2 first-time starters from her last 8 first-time starters. Nice positive ROI. She gets Kevin Gomez aboard today, and recently here at Laurel Park and everywhere out of 15 starts, they have 5 wins together with a real nice positive ROI. And let's take a look at the breeding here. It's a 3-year-old filly by E. Dubai out of the Lion-Hearted mare Hear Us Roar, who we know around here very well. The Franny Campitelli trained the dam. She was a 2-time stakes winner. The Maryland Million Lassie she won as a 2-year-old. She also won the Salima Stakes as well. She won her debut against Maiden Special Weight Company at Pimlico by 5.5 lengths. So this filly has been working well enough here at Laurel Park. I see 1 bullet on the tab. I'm not crazy about her inside post for the debut assignment, but the breeding's there. And also maybe she also has 2 older siblings that have made over 70,000. So the mare's been throwing some winners. Is there a question mark maybe why the horse in for 25 for the debut maybe?
Well, they only pay $10,000 for the horse,
Sure.
So maybe that's about right.
Yeah.
I mean, if they really like the horse, but I mean, you want to be, that's why you win races. You
Sure,
spot your
yep.
horses right, and you know where they fit.
Yep.
You don't get overly ambitious, and you want to do right by the owners. Yeah, as you say, Hear Us Roar was a really talented. It only ran 5 times, but it showed a lot of talent. Won those first 3 starts. All 4 foals that have raced out of this mare have won. So yeah, I'm going a little bit out of the box too, Stan. I agree. I'm going to use it too. I think important. The 5 and Honey Bun are just so obvious in here. They're going to be keyed around. Let's try some newer faces. The Redeeming Love has only had 1 start, but she had a brutal start. We've got a video of January 14th race for Redeeming Love for trainer Howard Wolfendale. If we can cue that up, guys. When she broke slow, did we have that one?
I didn't see it anywhere.
Oh,
but
maybe
it's a good race to
maybe
talk
I
about,
thought
though.
I sent it in. So okay,
all good.
but anyhow, Redeeming Love. Take my word for it. She's kind of walked out of the gate, a little hop at the break, showed good acceleration, then had to steady at the half-mile pole. Made another rebid. This horse with a clean break, I think, is good to go. Half to J-Rock, Romancing the Gold, some decent sprinters, a little drop in class, a sharper break could put her right on the engine.
Bred by the one of the top breeders in Maryland, the Bowman family, Becky Davis. So much better post today.
Yeah.
At Toledo, one of your top riders, stays aboard. So I respect the barn. Howie Wolf does well with the young horses. So I used the 4 in my top 4 as well. I'll throw the 5 in there, the favorite. I'm chalking it up here a little bit with the favorite for the exacta. But a big improvement first off the claim last out for a strong barn, Mike Trombetta.
Had to do the dirty work. Pretty much made a move into Scarlett's Ransom. Nobody was going to beat her that day for Jerry Robb. Just dictated. I'll throw in the 7, Sister Says. Late breaking Lasix on the 7, Sister Says for trainer Tim Keefe. Once again, we'll go the higher price angle for the trainer. Some steady works, nothing real eye-catching. I like the 5/8 and 102 and the two-back work, but the mare 7 for 12, sprinting, made 136,000. The owner trainer, they run a whole lot of horses over the last couple of years, but they've done all right together. You know, they've hit the board quite a bit. Ecclesiastic, pretty precocious. These horses come out running 4 winning siblings. Ecclesiastic, 20% with 3-year-old maidens.
I
Take
have
a flyer here on the 7, sister says.
Yeah, I like
What
both
heck?
the Keith runners. I have I have this one on my pick 6
Yeah,
ticket.
you do. I
So,
saw that. Yep.
so that'd be a nice price winner there to kick things off in that rainbow pick 6. Okay, big carryover of the day. The late pick 5 starts in race 6 today. Has an industry low 12% takeout, $12,659 in the late pick 5 today, starting in race 6. I have a ticket. I'm going to spend a little bit more on the pick 5 because this is going to be a big pull. We might be upwards around 50,000 in our pick 5 pull today, starting here in race 6. Let's take a look at my ticket. No, let's show Keith's. We'll
There
do
you go,
mine
Stan.
first.
There you go.
$72 play. I'll go 4 deep here in race 6 using the 2, 3, 4, 6, and then 3 deep, 4 deep. Keying again in race 9, our feature of the day. The one, I'm Mr. Blue from the Dale Capuano barn, going 3 deep in the finale, $72 play. Keith has a ticket as well for the late pick 5. Let's check that out.
$64 is my ticket. Similar horses, Stan. I'm going to narrow it down to 2. I think Face the Nation is the horse to beat in race 6. Trudy's Lucky ran real big first off the claim. Claudia could be tough right back. 4 deep in race 7, 2 deep in race 8. I got a spread again in race 9. I think there's plenty of speed. I'm going to shoot for the closers in there. Round it off. I'm going to go against the favorite. Going to go with morning line favorite in race 10 and go to the 2 and 6. I think it's Corrales in McMahon for a $64 ticket. Not an easy sequence. I wanted to maybe single Phil Schoenthal's horse in race 6 to get things started. But Claudio, if anybody I think is going to jump up that could upset the apple cart, it would be the 2 Trudy's Lucky.
Yeah, and Claudio Gonzalez, our leading trainer here, he popped with a $38 winner yesterday. So that's how you catch big prices. You just, the leading jockey, leading trainer on the multi-race wagers, you just throw them in. And Claudio with a big win yesterday. But we both have the 4 on top. There's only 2 fillies in here that have won twice. That's the 4 Phase the Nation and the 6 Cotton Eye Gem. So it looks like we both have the same thinking here.
I think Cotton Eye Gem, has to step it up. Is running back quickly, a little closer to the pace last time, a little slower pace. It was able to grind it. I think the 7 furlongs distance is good. You got some speed from the inside. Heaven's Door is probably going to have to go ahead and send. Holiday Magician was all alone on her lead last time. She's not going to have that easy of a trip today with Heaven's Door in here. I think Face the Nation, she's versatile enough. I think she sits just off of them and can kind of grind. Maybe 7/8 is the limit for her, kind of looking at her breeding stand.
Right.
But I think she's going to fit the barn. Phil's doing a great job spotting these 3-year-olds, 2 now newly 3s, and he's done a great job lately, winning a lot of races, playing it the right way. So I think Face the Nation, Cotton Eye Gem, say, is a 2-time winner. I think moving in the right direction. The barn's heating back up.
Yep.
But Trudy's Lucky, turning back off of that race, at no point really looked like a loser last time out. That scares me. This horse makes one little subtle jump up in the numbers, is going to be in the mix, and we'll have some speed to run into.
All right, so 3-year-old fillies there, race 6 to kick off. The late pick 5, race 7 starts the late pick 4. And for all you premier players out there, make sure you, if you're not a premier player, sign up. And if you hit the late pick 4 out here this weekend at Laurel Park, we'll give you an extra 2,000 points in your account. That's a $20 flyer for hitting the late pick 4. Nice job. So make sure you check that out. Race 7's a maiden 10 for the filly mares. 5.5 furlongs here, and I'll go with the 7 on top. Crazy Bernice from the Joan Reynolds barn. It's a Maryland-bred 4-year-old filly by outflanker Horacio Caramano's second leading rider here of the meet is aboard. And this is a drop, even though those races were at Charlestown, Delaware, still a drop from the maiden special weight company to the maiden 10 here today. The barn's doing the right thing here. Wake this filly up, try to get in the win picture. You look at the 3 races, all key races. Your first and or second place finishers would come back to win out of those races.
And you see Renaissance Rosie. We've seen her win here a couple times, a couple big efforts. Well, I think one once she got beat by Mary's horse at the wire. Yeah, believe it or not, that December 17th race, some horses have come out of there and run well. This horse encountered trouble out of the gate. It kind of looked like it might have bumped and bobbled slightly. Then into steady, was taken wide, showed some willingness in the finish. The right move, got that little tightener of Charlestown. I think will be up close to the pace in here as a user. I think the 9 Wildcat Rising, 2 bad inside trips against the grain of the track. You come back 3 back. The 3 back race puts her into the mix, might be one of the better finishers. The 5.5 might enhance the punch
Right.
of Wildcat Rising, especially things he had hot and heavy on the front end. Paradise Bird, the 4 they shot and missed last time. She is the horse to beat. She's going to be poised from just off the pace. But I'm going to go a little bit of a price with the 10, Trombetta. Tunnel Beach, he's got Tunnel Beach in here, the daughter of Hanalei Bay. We've seen another Hanalei Bay, I think a 3-year-old run recently. This horse did encounter a little trouble at Penn in debut. Kind of leaned into the break, had to steady, made a wide middle move, and then he flattened down under the lights. Get that experience done. It's over with. Doesn't have to improve a lot. I think with a good break, should be forwardly placed in here and gives you a shot at an upset price.
Trombetta doing the right thing. That's why he won 78 races yesterday. Didn't work out in the maiden special weight, so they go right to the maiden 10, try to get the money. I respect that. I'll use a 10 in my top 3 there in race 7 to kick off the late pick 4. Races 8 and 9 with a bunch of old, well, let's start with the race 8. Race 9's a first level allowance feature of the day. Race 8's a wide open, claiming 25,000 4 and up, going 6 furlongs, a bunch of old hard knockers in here. Now, an important note, let's point this out because we have a lot of trainers and owners and breeders that watch this show. So an important note here on the 6, Jarvis Steele, who's entered for 25,000, so the horse can be claimed out of this race.
Yeah.
Now, the last race on December 9th, help make sure I get this right here, is it's under appeal. As of now, the winner of that race, as of now, is disqualified, was carrying the wrong weight. Therefore, Jarvis Steele is now considered the winner of that allowance race on December 9th, which means that he no longer has his first level allowance condition available, and also he's not a non-winner, he's a 4 lifetime horse. He has 4 wins, and there's no first level allowance condition. Now, all that said, everything I just said still under appeal.
Correct. There you go. But you got to play it the way it is right now.
Right,
As of
right.
now, he is not eligible for the A other than
Correct.
Foreign Life is gone. Correct.
Okay. All right, we got that out of the way. Let's talk about the race. I'm going with the 2 8-year-olds in here. One of them's made over 400,000. The other one's made 350,000. The old hard knockers. Let's start with the 5, Service 410. On the drop here for trainer Mike Durales, he got the money with that move yesterday. Dropping with, who was that horse?
Hickory Hill.
One for fun.
And I'm going to piggyback on that. And once again, sometimes as a lineman, your brain turns to mush. You know, I talked to Frank a lot about this. So I know I've got this horse line too high at 7-2. I knew the other day I tried to call Shane back. I said, the stuff the odds were sent. I knew Hickory Hill, I had line too high there. Money's going to pour in, I think, on the 5 and the 7 predominantly in this race. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to get 7-2 on Service for 10, but go ahead, Stan.
Oh, well, that's going to be my top pick here. Looking at the time, we got 2 minutes here for the late pick 3. But Service for 10 dropping from those very, very tough 2 other than allowance races, optional claiming 32,000. Last time he was in against Open 25, he just crushed them at Pimlico last summertime. That's my top pick. How about Jackson the Deck dropping from Stakes Company? This horse beat Ben's Cat when Ben's Cat was on his game. So this horse getting a big drop for a very good barn. Trainer Robin Graham, Katie Davis. Look out for a big price here, the 1, Jackson the Deck.
No doubt, hoping the drop revives his form. But I think Struth may get the jump on Service for 10. He's got plenty of speed. He'll sit just outside of Jarvis still. I think he'll get the lead at some point. Also look out for Troubled Waters. I think will be much improved over its last effort. Is kind of a tactical kind of a horse in here. But yeah, if the 5 and 7 show up, one of those 2 definitely win. They're clearly faster by far than the rest of this field when they're close to their best.
Real nice bunch of Open 25 claimers. Love to own one of those one day there in race 8. Okay, race 9 kicks off the late double feature of the day. First level allowance race going 2 turns, a mile and a 16th. We have 2 videos for you. Let's start with the horse you like, the 4, It Behooves Me, from the Kieran McGee barn.
Yeah, It Behooves Me had a really kind of a jammed up trip on January the 8th, and Kieran is going to hold this horse at the level for TDCBE stables. And you see slower, not a real demanding pace up front, okay pace going the mile in a race at Ghost Bay, goes right on by onto the outside. It Behooves Me is like 6th in between horses in the black cap, just outside of I'm Mr. Blue, who's coming along the rail in the orange silks. That was enough. These horses had full momentum there, and It Behooves Me kind of had to steady a weight room. It's tough to kind of get it back going at the mile distance. You see It Behooves Me angles out, shifts in a little bit, tries to make a run, flattens out just a little bit late. There's plenty of speed in this race, Dan. I think it's going to enhance the run. If he can avoid traffic, he's going to be okay. I like the way he sustained a run on that longer stretch at Los Al back in September.
And the horse I like, I'm Mr. Blue, coming out of the same race. We don't have to show. Well, okay, let's show. There's the spotlight.
Yeah.
My best bet of the day down there on the inside. I'm Mr. Blue. He didn't have a good trip the whole way around there. He got a little pinch at the break. He was on the inside the whole way down the backstretch around the far turn, but still gets up here on the inside and some little close quarters there, but still fighting on pretty good. This winner, Ghost Bay, was a very, very sharp winner.
Back in at a 2 other than tomorrow.
Back in a 2 other than tomorrow. Ghost Bay wins for fun. I'm Mr. Blue, clear second there on the inside the whole way. So I'm going to go with this Dale Capuano trained 5-year-old by Not For Love with Alex Cintron aboard. He's a 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. I like I'm Mr. Blue. Gets a ground-saving trip, can hopefully maybe swing wide and find the best part of the racetrack, turning for home.
Once again, plenty of speed. Enough is enough is going to be my top selection. Mary Epler holds the level. This horse was hampered wide against a slower pace last time. I expect a little better effort. I think he needs to be covered up. You know, one of those horses, he gets outside, he loses kind of focus, and keep him covered up and let him make him pop and make one final run, maybe the last 3/16.
That was a nice first win off the claim for Enough Is Enough from the Epler barn, and I like the confident move, keeping the horse here against Allowance Company. All right, let's turn the page. One more race here. Maiden 10 3-year-olds claiming 10,000, 6 furlongs here. For race 10, scratch to 1. That's the only scratch I have. I'm going to go with the 6, Nickamore. Top rider, Jevion Toledo aboard for Hugh McMahon. Barn's going well. Nickamore is going to be one of your favorites. A good second last out at this condition here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, I'm against the 9 in here. If he beats me, he beats me. The 51 and 50 last 2 buyers going longer look like to make him a cinch. Barn, 2 for 40 in Maryland the last 5 years.
Yeah.
They're looking to try to heat it up. I agree with you. I like Nickamore. Looked great on the racetrack last time out. Came up the inside. Spring Ahead, who denied him, came back to run okay in open company. 4th, only beaten a couple lengths. I think Just Trey, the 2 horse, coming back to his home base. Expect a better effort from him. I think last time seen here, his number fits right with this group. He's another one that's going to be coming from just off the pace.
Looks like both of us aren't too impressed here with the class dropper. Is going to be one. Is going to take a lot of money. The Pontiff, number 9, Pontiff Premonition. So, all right, we both like the 7, though. Is getting a much better outside post than that 1-hole in debut from the Tim Keefe barn. 3 beans with Stevie Hamilton aboard.
Yeah, willingly to the wire. Definitely going to have to improve. I don't know if he's going to step it up enough to beat Nickamore, but certainly can benefit off of that debut run.
All right, 3 carryovers today here for our 10-race program. We're giving away a trip for 2 to next year's Pegasus World Cup. You can watch this year's Pegasus World Cup right here at Laurel Park. What more can you ask for? Come on out here. Enjoy a nice day at the races. Good luck, Keith.
Good luck.